Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Check to see if Chas v'Sholom he did the No, it was only in my house. Now we're back to the Medrash. Oh, it's not a joke. Baruch Hashem, we're back. Chesed Hashem, it's a nace. We're back in the middle of a war. The Israeli government feels comfortable that we are safe now, although there are missiles coming in still, but not at the same rate. And if Chas v'Sholom, there's a warning and we have to leave, we have two mamads, really good ones right over here. You make a right, you go in, that's one option. The other option is to go to the building. It's not a real mamad. We're going to ask all the social security receivers to stay in their place with the canes ready to go. And we go out first. The young guys go out first. Okay, all jokes aside. Yesterday we were at... Yeah. Avi doesn't like this. But Baruch Hashem, I didn't hear any sirens at night. Maybe there were. I don't know. I don't think there were. In middle of the chasana, so we're going to talk about the chasana a lot. Yossi Klein, our CEO, when he's determined to do something, he does it. And we all told him there's not going to be a chasana. You can't get in, you can't get out. I'm coming. Kitzer, he got here through Turkey, through Egypt. And then, somebody showed me a video yesterday of some Hasidim going in the transit in Turkey, and a bunch of Arabs surrounded them and started screaming, death to this, Palestine, free Palestine. Mom is chanting and being very obnoxious. So that's in Turkey. Then you go to Egypt, and then we all saw the picture. He got to what looked like Eretz Yisrael. It's part of Israel, I guess. And he fell down on the floor and kissed the floor. There was a tremendous simcha and relief that he was here in Eretz Yisrael. His whole extended family wasn't able to come because of the matzav, his mother, his father, his brothers, the whole matzav. So he came with just the core, just him and his kids. But Lamaisa, he had real mishpacha last night. MDY came in, people came from all over the place. We had the Yerushalmi, Arla, what's his last name? Heimlich? Came in with the Streimels, the whole thing. A few guys with the whole, because you come in without the Streimel, as mishpacha, with the Streimel, the whole thing. And people stayed the entire chasana. One person stayed even through the mitzvah and did a mitzvah with the kala. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to show you some of the Mazel Tov to Yossi Klein on Shmili's chasana. This is my Rebbe, Rabbi Yedidi Kramer. He got a brach under the chober just to show how. And then Yossi, he sent me a voice note. He says, "Look, you changed my life and my family's life. You're like my father. Father, I have to give bracha achrita." So I got bracha achrita from the first times in my life. And then after the chuppah, so this is the chuppah. No, this is not. Hold on. This is the chos's tish. It goes in order. This is the chos's tish. These are all MDY guys. Now, under the chuppah, I went over to him. I was already there. I was the first person there, basically. So he gave him Mazdovs. He says, "I'm not letting go of your hand for the rest of the chasana." So I tried to shake him off by dancing, and it worked. Here goes. I'm trying to shake him off. I can't leave go of your hand. He tells me. This is what he told me. But we did under the chuppah. We had a whole rikud. Ariel put together something. I think it was. Let me see. These are all MDYners. He's not letting go. Not letting go yet. Can I go weiter? I don't want to miss that video. Okay. Oh, Shamshi and Shapsi. Oh, this is it. This is the one. This is the one that Ariel put together. They did sing that over there. David was mamish into it. I noticed that. Another thing, you'll see there's no video guy there. So Avi Kamiansky used the official video. Nobody asked him, but he decided, you'll see in all that he's taking video. No, man, it's to give back to Yossi, so he has something. Hold on, is this it? I don't know. I don't want to bore the oilam with. Oh, it's not it. This is it. If the soul keeps on going into other areas, then you know it's that's it. It's something else. Yeah, this is it. Those are the Yerushalmi guys that came in. Here's Avi Kamiansky, the video, official video guy. Mark Ashkenazi. I know like maybe 15 people that had tickets to come. Mark and Morty and my partner Benzi, Nissan, all these guys who were supposed to come in. Sariel, the editor. The Kusen's Bride, the younger brother. He looks quite fine in the down hat, no? Better than we look in the Shrine World. Very good singing, John. Here, the Yerushalmi, okay. Oh, Rabbi Isai, don't let this go viral, please. Yeah, and you have to give me breaks. First, so he tells me, you're doing a mitzvah tanz. So what is that? He explains to me, you go back, forth, you hold the gartel, you don't look at the kala. You dance, it's kitzim around the kala, but you don't do it in front of the kala, like to the side. Okay, he gives you the whole drasha. And he says, but you're first. I said, I can't go, I have to at least see how somebody else does it. He says, okay, fine, you're second. Who goes up in front of me? All 6 brothers together. So it's a different amount. It's different. They're in a circle, so it doesn't count. I'm thinking the way I put down the gartel with a lot of cover. Yeah, mamish. No, I did it with Dafka. Then I did with Dafka. Yeah. Like to give cover to the gartel. I know you don't put the garter like that. They throw it down. I know. I bedafka. It's like, this is if you didn't grow up, if you're not from birth, so a from birth person will smell you out in a second. You come to when you're down for the Amid, he'll see. Your Aliyah, he'll see. They say not Torah. There's always like one little. So when you do the mitzvah times, no matter what, you can put on a 10 shtreimel. They'll see. So the Shiur, in the middle of the Chassan, we left. We went to Beitar, and we were in Beitar. We did it in Ari Simon's house for the Israelis, and we had a special guest. We had Nachman Seltzer as a guest. That's why he's not here today. And they had a massage chair right there, and I take a look in the middle of the Shiur, and he's out. Gary is out. I mean, here's the massage chair on the right, under the balloons. That's where the massage chair is. Just to understand. There is. He's up there. Yeah, it was whatever. Rabbi Isai, what? Zoom in on screen? You could see what? Oh, this? Oh, he's doing the Shiur. He's killer doing the Shiur. Like he does.
Screen of the chair.
Oh! There's a screen on the chair. Okay. I don't know. Let's zoom in over here. Where is eyes pointed? No, I don't think so. Not today. Anyways, cool chair. In Tom's River, Rabbi Isai, there were 17 people that one night by Purim, 10 the next morning. They have another Shiur in there in Hebrew. Unbelievable. Kol hakavod lehem. This is Eli Kamiansky, the one who got us onto YouTube all the way in the beginning. He's stuck in Los Angeles, right? Oh, here's a guy that dressed up like
Go Purim Rabbo Hisai.
Gates said. We also have big bottles in Englewood, New Jersey. That's the size. You tell me, Dov Eisenberger. This we're not going to do because it's not true. But I wanted to just read. If I could do one email real quickly because there's a good one. As corny as it sounds, how MDOI has changed my life. Dear Rebelli, my name is Yoni Spiegelman, and Baruch Hashem, I live in Ramat Bet Shemesh. I'm not reading 10 emails, Bamas. I see the clock. Not too far from MDOI home base. I've been part of MDOI family for almost a year, so I guess a long-time listener, first-time caller. I just wanted to share with you the tremendous impact your Daf Yomi Shiur has had on my life. I always loved Torah. I love learning it, hearing it, reading it, writing Divrei Torah, but I've never really felt capable in my learning. I moved through day school and yeshiva without ever truly gaining the tools or confidence to learn on my own. Over the years, I tried different chavrusas and shiurim, but nothing really ever stuck. When we moved to Eretz Yisrael a few years ago, I lost my long-time chavrus and slowly stopped learning altogether. After I said, my brothers and I, listen to this. My brothers and I took on putting tefillin daily. He likes learning. He writes Divrei Torah. He's taking upon himself to wear tefillin every day. Something that's been a tremendous struggle for me for years. Then, just before Bezal last year, towards the end of Sanhedrin, my brother Dovi, who helped start the Pikesville satellite location, encouraged me to try MDY. I had actually been trying for a few years, but I had all the classic excuses. I finally did it, and I've kept going ever since. For over 2 years now, I've been putting on tefillin daily. I don't know how it goes before. Okay. I've been putting on tefillin daily, and now for almost a year, I've been learning the daf consistently through your shiur. That's something I've never thought I would be able to say. I made 5 sium in the past year. Thank you for making Gemara accessible, clear, and genuinely enjoyable. It's because of all of this that when my 21-month-old nephew, Chaim Rafal Ben Sarah, suddenly became very ill, I found I looked for ways to support him, his parents, and our whole family. My first thought was to sponsor a week of learning b'schus, his complete and speedy refuah shlema. Couldn't think of a greater schus than having thousands of people learning to in his merit. Thank you, Rebelli, and everyone else who works so hard to make MDY as incredible as it is. With the deepest gratitude, Yoni, Raboisai. The Masechta, the official edition, MDY Shas, Masechta by the Irani and Levi families, Perik Anonymous, Leonishmas Avimoria, Rav Chaim Ben Reb Yosef. The Daf, Meyer and Chaya, Rivka, official. Leonishmas, Imrei Menachem, Kvig Dishas Admar, Rav Menachem, Rav Yehuda Moshe, Zechat Zalim Kosh Levrochem, Alexander. So, official Meyer himself sponsored a Daf in his Shas. Masechta sponsored. David Solomon dedicated memory of Avi Meir, Reb Shmuel, Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim, Tzvi, Dov, Zichron Levracha. Joel Gedalis, Linin Shmas, my father, Jack Gedalis. Anonymous, Hatzlach, Baruch, Niz, Begashmias. The Palchik Family Foundation, Zechan Nishmas, Harav Agoyin, Reb Shlomo Palchik, the Meshet Ilui. Refuah Shlema, Lemoshe Ben Izah. Anonymous for complete Refuah Shlema, and Arichas Yom Talea, Bas Esther, Yisrael, Malki, Tov, the Torah's Pichom, Alfei Zov, Chesed. We're so proud of you, Yaakov Mordechai. Keep steiging. Send the girls and family, Cambie Island, UK, in honor of Rebelli, who changed my meaning of life. Plain Alan Bani, Yossi, Mark, and Benny. And all the Iskim Mitzorchim Diwaya, Kishbroch Shalom Scharam, monthly sponsors, Ari Simon, the Refuah Shlema, Avi Meiri, Baruch Ben Miriam, Jamie Azulai, Refuah Shlema, Esther Bas Luna, Moshe Aaron and Miriam Landi, Hoydul Hashem Kitoiv, Kiloi Lam Chazoi. Anonymous for the merit of Refuah Shlema, for all of Klal Yisrael needs Refuah Shlema. Saw Fishy Fisher in honor of Moshe is putting on tefillin, Senders.com, helping in the down B'tzibur, Papa Ben Yonam anywhere worldwide, Leadership is Chaim Shalom Ben Betzalel, weekly sponsors, Yoni Tali Spiegelman, an urgent.
This is the one that sent you the email.
Oh, that's the only Spiegelman with the tefillin. An urgent refuah shlema for Hayelet Chaim Rafal Ben Sarah, our dear nephew. Daily sponsors Penny Taub, the famous Penny Taub from Staten Island, the memory of my mother, Al Deshain Lofredo Bas Chaim David Ari. David Buskila, for the merit of the marriage of Tamar Bat Rachel. Man, Pariser family, happy birthday to Morty Pariser. We love you so much. Gidon Rivka Jaffa, in memory of Lisa, Mariana, Aviva, Bas Pinchas Zevela, Shalom, and Mazel Tov to Dave and Elisheva Sharfman, the famous, the Shver, I know, on the birth of Adina Lisa. MDY Art Month, Refuah Shlema, Yonatan Eitan Ben Beshav Bracha. Refuah Shlema, Mordechai Ben Esther. Refuah Ayelet, Daniel Zeh Ben Ayelet Esther. Rabbi Sai, we are holding 6 lines from the bottom of Daf Nun Gimel Amud Beis. We had in the Mishnah Machloikis. How do you introduce the starter, the leavening agent Oh. I would have done it different, but okay. How do you introduce the leavening agent to the flour? You have a mincha that has an isarn of flour. Do you remove part of the flour and make it a leavening agent, and then you reintroduce it back? The problem with that is that it won't be very, very strong. If anybody's wife does sourdough, you know the starter's in the fridge. It's a whole process. They feed it and they this it. It's a whole. They pet it. It's a whole matzav. No, Babas, they feed it. You know about the feeding it? You have to feed it. You have to this it, that it. It's a whole. It does. It comes with you on trips. You put it in a seatbelt, the whole thing. Givaldik. Right. So you can't just chop some flour and all of a sudden decide, oh, we're gonna make some starter. It works a little bit, but not the best. The other idea is to take starter that you already have, this leavening agent. I don't know if it's called starter leavening agent, and put it into the flour. That we said is problematic because since it's moist, it's going to reduce the amount of flour. The volume. It's going to reduce the volume of flour. So. And the Gemara and the Mishnah says, oh, it's going to be chasera, yisera, it's going to be more or less. Which one is it? If it reduces, so it's less. What does yisera? What does chasera mean? Says Gemara, my chasera, yisera. What does it mean? It's going to be less or more? Depends what kind of. What are you doing there? If you have very little water, so a little amount of water is going to reduce the volume of the flour. When you introduce water, the flour is going to go down. Nimsis Yisera, Midas Yisar, so you're going to want to add more flour to get to the Yisarim part because it just dropped the level of flour. So you add more flour, now you have more flour than necessary. Raka, now if you do the reverse, it's the reverse. In other words, you add a lot of water, so it becomes very, very thin, very like pancakey kind of dough. Anybody make pancakes? It's like almost like making an omelet. It's very what? The batter, very good. Nimsis chasera, so you're going to have less flour than you need. Says the Gemara, what do I care? So if kiko kayel li yisar kayel. At the end of the day, when I measure it up in a measuring device, I'm going to have an yisar. Who cares? Water this way, water that way. So what's the obvious answer? What would you answer? I would answer like, why you Mazel Tov Chosin. Still in the Shabbos brachas? Not really. Good, Donnie, good. He thinks he is. Listen, this is by Chosin also. Lahavdil Elef Havdalas. It's very similar to Shiva. There's the day of, and that's the Einin. Then you have a Shabbos brachas, which is very powerful. Then you have the 30 days, and then you have the year. There's the Shana Rishayna. It's very similar. I call it Panavoifen. Ask the Gemara, put it in a measuring device. But a measuring device has water in it. What do you mean measuring device? You don't have a full amount of flour in the measuring device. The Gemara asks, no, right now you have an isart. So, Rabbi and Rav Yosef Damer Tavayu, they both answer the same thing. This is what I did this morning. But Yoshi, I guess, because I didn't see that Yoshi did anything last night. I looked today, I didn't see it, but it just popped up on my screen now. So I'm going to... There's two words. It's the same word, but one has a lamed in front and one doesn't. Kemois means as of now, right now. What do we have now? I look at it now. Right now, I have water, I have flour, great. I take whatever I have, I take a measurement. I take an isar, givaldik. Likemois means, and that's pretty much today's sugya. So let's get these two words. It's very simple. Kemois means right now. It's like in Hebrew, kemoshehu, kimoi, and likimo, like it was yesterday. So if you're going to go like yesterday we had a bunch of flour in, or it means like 5 minutes ago, whatever it means, like it was. Maybe it's not even the right type, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to shorten it up a little bit. Like that means I have to start with what I had in the beginning. I have to take a measurement off the flour. Whatever you introduced later, whatever happened later, I'll give you a mashal that the Gemara talks about. Let's say you have a half an egg's worth of meat. And for whatever reason, it blows up to kibetza. So now, today I have a kibetza. Today I have a full shear that can become tamei. It can be metama. So what do I look at? Do I look at it as what I have right now? Right now I have a shear of a kibetza. Or no, where did it start out? He can't just jump to today. What was it 5 minutes ago? 5 minutes ago, when I got it off the animals, I have a kibetza. It blew up because I don't know what. It got wet and it exploded. What about the opposite? You have a kibetza, and then later on it shrinks. That's natural. After 2 days, it becomes that stuff that what's his name sells, beef jerky. It becomes half the size. Stomach. So that's the question. That's today's basically sugya. Do we view what we have right now in front of us? And right now I have a full shear, or I don't have a full shear. Same thing over here. I have a vessel that has water, that has flour. Let's take an isard of whatever I have in front of me and let's go. Or no. It actually started out as dry flour. I need dry flour. I need to take an isard of dry flour. When do I freeze frame it? Okay. When is it going to get to us? Right? Do we view it like what we have in front of us or no? Everything has a history. You can't start from now. Rabbi Rav Yosef, there's a different girsa here in the Bach. In the official edition, they put the girsa in there. It's k'moy shahayu. He says shahayu. It's even easier to understand. Shahayu as it was, or shahain, because the word shahain is a little confusing here, which the Gemara uses it on both words. Shahain. Okay. That's the Gemara. I have a practical eitzah. Well, what's the problem? The whole idea is I have an asard of flour. Do I take some flour and make it a leavening agent, which is very difficult to get it going and to make it strong? Or do I add a leavening agent to it, which is also problematic because it reduces the flour volume, etc.? I have an idea. Let's take some flour out of the shear, but instead of putting it right back in, do a whole leavening process. The way you need to do it, warm it up, put it in a nice warm place, put it next to other leavening agents, do whatever you need to do to make it very powerful, then put it back in. Now you have the exact amount of flour that you started out with, and there's no issues. The chachma here is that you're going to do it in a good way. You're not going to start from scratch. You're not going to just add water to it and wait for it to ferment, and that takes a long time. You're going to do some ulterior, exterior, whatever it's called, things that make it happen. Says Gemara, that's a great idea. The problem is people will see that after 5-6 hours you come with this leavening agent in a starter bottle. You know, they have these, it says on it starter, the whole thing, it's a whole kit. He's going to bring his own from a different place. And what's the problem? He's going to add new flour to the already perfect isare. When you bring a leavening agent from your refrigerator and add it to the isar that you already have, that's more flour already.
Who's doing this process?
Whatever kind is working there. No, he doesn't know. He's a new guy, and he sees his father bringing agent. He's a chap. He put on the side this, that. Torah Rabbanan. New sugya, which has to do with the other sugya. A machmitzim betapuchim, you cannot use fruit juice as a leavening agent. It doesn't work, says this Tana. So the Tana Kama says, a machmitzim, it doesn't work. It doesn't do a good job of leavening. It does work. There's a song, I thought the story was true, then yesterday I said it, and Ari Simon said, yeah, he knows of the Maisa. There was a song that was going around, Ani tapuach, ata tapuach, anachnu tapuchim. And also there's stickers everywhere in Shalayim at a certain point. So the background to the story is that a bunch of Bachrim got pulled over by a cop here in Israel, and the guy pulled him over. So the guy says, Tida lama tzarti utcha? So the guy says, Ani tapuach. He says, what? He says, Ata tapuach. Anachnu tapuchim. He starts telling him a whole drasha that we're all apples, and the guy said, this guy's a Michiganer, and he let him go. So as Akar Satay to the Rebbeinu Shalom, they made a whole niggin out of it, Ani tapuach, Ata tapuach, and the stickers, bumper stickers everywhere. It's a Ma'aseh Shaya when you were 24 years ago? 25 years ago. Givaldi. Rav Kahana Maslo Rav Chanina, but sorry, Mishum Rav Chanina ben Gamliel Amru Machmitzin. So Rav Chanina comes and says, no, the apple juice is a good leavening agent. Rav Kahana Maslo Rav Chanina ben Tradin, that was Rav Chanina ben Tradin that says that apple juice is a good leavening agent. So now if I tell you this halacha, you have to tell me who said it. Kimanaz Ladasnan, it says in the Mishnah, Tapuach Sheriskoi, if you take truma, what's truma? If I have a bunch of fruit, I have let's say 100 apples, and I take 2 and I give it to the kohen. Whatever, you could really give as much as you want, even a smaller amount. If you want to be average, you give 2% to the kohen. So now I have a truma apple. Sheriskoi, I made it into applesauce. And I put applesauce into the dough. And through that it became leaven, it became whatever it's called. It became dough. Harezu asura. The dough is asur. Why is the dough asur? I only put in 1 ounce of applesauce to 200 ounces of dough. And we know that truma is batal b'meya. The answer is because this truma created something new in the dough. It created the dough. It's not just another small amount. Without it, without the leavening agent, you don't have dough. So, but who does this go according to? Because according to the Tanakama, Mei Peiros, the apple juice and the applesauce is not a leavening agent and doesn't do anything. It shouldn't make it asur b'chlal. So it must be that this goes according to the two, either Reb Chanina ben Gamliel, or they said it in the name of Chanina ben Tradin, but the Man Omer that holds that Mei Peiros is a leavening agent. Kiman lema Reb Chanina ben Gamliel, v'loy Rabbanon. Says Gemara, no, afilu temer Rabbanon. No, it can go according to Rabbanon. Nihid Chometz Gomer lehavi. They hold that, and that you probably think to yourself also, like, what's going on here? Does it make it? Does it leaven it? Does it not leaven it? You just told me it can't leaven it, and it did leaven it. No, it leavens it somewhat. It becomes, it's called, this is what we spoke about yesterday, neither chametz gomer loy havi. It's not 100% chametz, but nuksha miyahavi. It's considered chametz nuksha. Nuksha means it's a low-grade chametz. It's a very shvacha chametz. That we said yesterday, there's a musik that it's chametz to the point that if you eat it, you get malchus, you don't get karas. So it's another level of chametz. Oh, and I heard a vart from Reb Shalom Ber Sorotsky, and he said this 20 years ago. I don't know if he said it since then, but somebody that heard it from him 20 years ago said, he said that like everything when it comes to Pesach, so if you're like a brisker or whatever, very machmer, you say this is mamish chametz gomer. So he said, imagine if you had a mitzvah to eat chametz. Let's say on Chanukah you have to eat chametz. He says those same people would say on everything, that's mamish matzah gomer. It's matzah gomer. So who said? They asked. So he said yesterday, oh, here it is, I need tapuach. It's a real thing, I need tapuach. Givaldi. What? 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 The tapuach? The iPhone. They asked Rabbi Goldstein. Somebody came over to Rabbi Goldstein and said, is Rabbanut mamish treif? So he told him, if there was a mitzvah to eat, he said, if there was a mitzvah to eat treif, you wouldn't be yoitz on that. Same idea. It's the right answer for the person that asked the kasha. Yeah. Oh, before I forget, one of my very good friends from Chicago made a chasana, and I saw that he texted me on the day, like a few hours before the chasana. I didn't answer him, so I want to say Mazel Tov to him. Shiur Rei Mazel Tov. You remember Shiur Rei? Zog the Gemara. Omer Rabbi Eli. It's an interesting word. It's like kasha, like the word kasha. It's hard. What's the hardest thing to do in the Beis Hamikdash? We discussed there's certain things that are extremely hard. To throw a light feather 40 feet, you have to be very strong. to even do kmitza on a hard bread, you have to be strong. Now we're saying something else. This is more of a technical thing. You have to be a bucky in how to do kmitza. What's a minchas choita? Minchas choita is a mincha made out of just flour. So imagine you have a bunch of flour in your hand, and now you have to go with your thumb. You took 3 fingers worth of flour, and now with your thumb, you go like this. With your pinky, according to the Rambam, it includes the pinky. Okay, we were going the whole time like this, right? Shalom Aleichem. So you have to go like this. Now you go like this, what happens is, if it's flour and very loose, it pops out. Like there's an indentation over here. You want to make it that's perfect, laser, flush. Perfect, that's the word, flush. Because if it's indented, then you took out too much. If it pops out, no good, it's too much. It has to be perfect, laser. That's a lot easier to do if you introduce water to it. If it has some consistency. If it's flour, it's not. It's you lose control over it. So it's hakasha lekmitza yoysim minchas choite. This is. The minchas choite is the hardest thing. Rav Yitzchak Rav Dimi Omar minchas choite megablo b'mayim uksheira. He says no, it's not a big deal. You could use water. If you use a little water, they say about kosher zidvugon shaladam yosim kriyas yamsuf, kikriyas yamsuf. Yeah, kikriyas yamsuf. What's the? It's very easy to chop the water, but to keep it in place, that's what's hard. Everybody could chop water and you just take your hand and go like this, but to make sure that it stays right over there, everybody could get married. But to make the marriage last and be a good marriage, now I'm thinking about Yossi Klein and this water. The water, okay, fine. I call part of, let me just show you this. The idea of this thing was like you have a driver teacher, not a driver, the guy that does the test. Now, in America, you're not going to know what we're talking about, but anybody that took a driving test here in Eretz Yisrael knows that you're going to fail on the first time and probably on the 6th, 7th time as well. I have friends. There's a guy here, what's his name? The blonde with the little blonde beard, that I would say, Motzei Stengi. Exactly. I would ask him every day, like, how come you don't come to Shiur? He goes, my wife has to take a driving test today. I said, but she did that last week. Yeah, she failed. And I would see him a year later. My wife is taking a driving test. I said, but that was last year. Yeah, she failed. Like 26 times later, people, mamish fail, 8, 9. It's normal. Mamish normal. They charge. It's a disaster here. Disaster. No, people, guys here in Ramat B'Shemesh that drove their whole life, they have a license for 40 years. Yeah, you failed. What if failed? I can drive better than you. No, you failed. So here goes.
I think you're ready for the test.
But what if they test me on a minchas chotei?
Just daven. You should have hatzlacha.
So what are you here for?
I'm here for the Avoda test.
I like this thing.
Okay. You will need to show me how you to prepare a menachat chota.
אחי, אחזור אליך עוד כמה דקות, יש לי פה בחור.
What? I never seen anyone do kamitza so good like this.
This is glasses on.
What? You poured in the water? This was a manacha chariva.
The Rambam poskins that water is fine as long you don't pour in oil.
You learned this in the course for Kohanim?
No, I learned it in today's Daf.
That's great.
All right. Oh. Loi, the Kulei Alme, I think his teeth went back to normal in middle, no? By the way, I see Baruch Shafnes is here. Yishkei Baruch, what was up with this Shalchmanis? I chab, but he got me a Magnum Castel 21. You know what I'm saying? Azoi Grois. Shkoyer Gadol. The The quiet ones always get you the loudest shalachmanuses. That's how you get this. All right. Zog the Gemara. Oh, so maybe this is our machlokes. The Mar Sovar Kimoy Shehem Sharinon. That now we have a shiloh. How do you do kmitza? Do I go by what it was? What do you frame? What do you call it? Freeze frame. When's the freeze frame? Now or before? So Rav Yitzchak, if you go by now, so now it has water in it. Good, so I could do kmitza like that. Sorry. The Mar Sava K'Moshe Heim right now. So right now it has water. Great. You have to go what it was back in the day without the water. And Mamela, it's not a good kmitza if you do it with water. No, you go with what it is right now. K'mois shehein right now. K'mois now. So it's a different side machlokes. The Marsavar Mai Chareva. It says in the Torah. Look at this. It should be dry. Dry from what? I mean, if you don't allow any water in it, so you're literally bringing flour onto the mizbech. It's a little interesting. But that's good for the machlokes. My chareva maybe means you could add water, you just can't add oil, and therefore I could do kmitza with water in the flour, and it's easier. No, it's not allowed to even have water. Okay, so it's a side machlokes. Not awesome. Now we're going back to this geshmak, this idea of do I view something right now or it was before? Besara egel, you get a young meat, shinitapach, it blew up a little bit. It became the size of an egg, a kibetza, which is the size of what you need for tumah. Now, Rashi kind of contradicts himself. What does it mean? We're going now that this itself, the egg himself is the meat itself is tameh. In other places, Rashi says it's metama other things. And it just so happened to be that my chavrusa, Rabbi Didya, told me yesterday, a vart b'shem Rabbi Aryeh Simon. First time he ever told me a vart in his name, because Rabbi Aryeh learns here on Sundays the whole day. And he told him, he says, it's not pshat, it's a new look at, sometimes you see Rashi says one way, he says another way. He says, not pshat that Rashi made a mistake, or is a kasha in Rashi. It's not kasha at all. It goes by the sugya. Rashi is explaining the sugya. He doesn't grab a shita. This is mitama other thing. No, it's mitama for himself. He's explaining the sugya as it flows in the sugya. So certain sugyas he has to explain differently. That's how Rabbi Aryeh Simon explained it. He heard from someone. Who did he hear from? Okay. I don't know if it holds up. Right now it can hold up. What?
Here it holds up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Here it holds up. And you might have had an influence on him in the way we go in the official edition, because sometimes it's very problematic. Rashi in all of Shas says like this, okay, but we always go with what he has now. But I'll go upon him. So if right now it's an egg, so you have a shear of tumah, and the opposite happened. You have an older thing, an older meat that condensed, it became it shrunk. It shrunk. So now I have less than a shear. Mishtar lekemois shehein. You go backwards. What's lekemois shehein here? This is. That's why I wasn't ready last night. I'm confused with the clock. But anyways, kemois shehein means right now. Lekemois shehein, like it was. Because there's a video. There's a video that through the video I guess we can understand. Okay, we'll see the video in a second. Rav, we view, what do we have now? Right now we have a kebeitza, boom, it's metama, it's tummy. Right now we have a chati beitza, so what if yesterday was a beitza? So it's not metame. Because you didn't listen. You have to see the video. Here, let's see the video. I didn't see the whole thing, so I'm not exactly, I saw the beginning. It's a restaurant. $1,400 shekel for prime veal. Euro. Oh, euro. I don't know. This bone. What is it? Oh.
Wow. Go ahead, put it right here on my plate.
I just remembered I have a wedding today. I gotta go make the bride and groom happy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Very chashuv. I really didn't see this. I did not see this. I did not see that. It was ready last night, I think. I didn't show it. Wow. Because, MDY did get a giant sign, like 6 feet tall with all these. Maybe we should have had the sign there. We should have showed the sign. And a massive dessert thing. Okay, fine. What? So the editor will put it in somewhere. Okay, Givaldic. Anyway, so now, okay. Now let's go back to this picture. Now I understand this picture. Yeah? There was K'moshe Hein, K'moshe Haya. It was bigger than. The small one used to be big, and the large one used to be small. Got it. Okay, fine. Now it all makes sense. Yeah? It's a little bit better. Okay? Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Meisvei. So we have a machlokes. Do we go with what we have right now, or what it was? Meisvei, b'sar egel shelo yehoya b'kashir v'tovach v'omad al kashir. You have this mamash reminds me, like sometimes the Motzei Shabbos, you go on the scale. You have a little bit of tafach. You go up 6-7 pounds. But then there's stomach, like by Tuesday it's gone. Meisvei, shelo yehoya b'kashir v'tovach v'omad al kashir. You had this, how do you say egel again? No, veal. Veal shelo yehoya b'kashir. It was small. V'tovach, and it blew up a little bit. V'omad al kashir, now it's the size. It has the volume of a kibetza. Tar l'shavar. So until the point that it had a shear, it is tar. V'tamei mikanu lahaba. It's from now on, we count it as a full kibetza. So what do you see? That we go kimois, not likimois. We don't go about what it was back in the day. What is it right now? Right now it's kibetza. We view it as tamei. Says the Gemara, that's not a good raya. Midrabanan. I'm going to tell you it's only midrabanan. Ihachi, I thought about that answer. Ihachi, so how are you going to explain it? It says v'chein bepigul v'chein benoiser. So if we stop right here, we know the question. We know pigul is a doiraisa. So how does this the rabbanan halacha work in the doiraisa? The Gemara is going to answer. There is pigul the rabbanan. There's a concept in pigul that's the rabbanan. That's how it works. It can still fit in. So what's the question? V'chein bepigul v'chein benoiser. That if you have a kazayis and then whatever the shear of pigul is, if it blew up to kazayis, you're over on pigul, you get kares. If not, if it shrunk, you don't get kares. I can understand why a guy gets kares. That guy goes, Eliab the rabbanon. If it's only the rabbanon, pigul benoisa, but the rabbanon meika, do we have a concept of the rabbanon? So the Gemara says yes. This always fascinated me. You have a kohen who hates his neighbor, and the neighbor shows up with $1,000 sheep. So the kohen in his mind, he goes, we're going to eat this carbon in 6 days from now. What did he just do? He made his neighbor lose $1,000. What did Chachamim do to counteract that? That he shouldn't do that. They said, if you do that, your hands are going to be tummy. You're going to have to wash your hands in a sink. That's how much people hate washing their hands. That's why in America, everything's mezainis. Mezainis rolls, mezainis pizza. You can eat a whole 14 rolls. You don't have to wash your hands. Don't worry. You don't have to wash, because washing your hands is the worst thing. It's mamash a pella, yeah. So they have different explanations. It's a side thing. It shows you. Okay. Anyway, I call upon him. Yeah, the meitapuchim, the whole thing. But if you eat a certain amount, you have to bench. It doesn't. Okay, fine. Akol ponim. So we have tumas. We have a tum over here. You know, Gary, I have a great idea. I'm going to buy you a massage chair for up there, so you can do this chair massage. That's unbelievable. But you can only use it on Motzei Shabbos. Those who know.
He doesn't need a Motzei Shabbos.
I need it on Motzei Shabbos. That's the whole idea. I need him to be in the Motzei Shabbos. That's what I said. That's what I meant. V'dai, whoever's here on Motzei Shabbos knows exactly what I'm talking about. Right? Am I right or not? You're good. It's not a joke. A guy in America donated 2 or 3 of these relaxing chairs. He gave them to me to bring here, but they don't fit up there, and they never shipped it here. I have to speak to him about it. He gave me like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when we opened up. I told him up there's going to be people lounging, but I didn't have. It's too small, and he donated it. All right. We said this already. So I think that we're talking about the Rabbanon here. So when there's no Shiur, they didn't enact their Gzeir. Kamash Malon, Toshma. Besar Skinish Hoyloi Kishir, Vitzomak Pachs Kishir. You have the same case, yeah. We have an older meat. It was a kazayis, and eventually it shrunk a little bit, and now it's less than the Shiur. So what's the halacha? Tami l'shavar. When it had the Shiur, so everything's tami. It was tami then. Vitar mikano lahaba. But from here on out, it's not. What do we see? Kemois or likemois? Kemois. We go what we have right now. Right now it's less than the Shiur. It's not tami. No. So what do? Omer Abba. So he says nupshat givaldik. Whatever was and today it isn't. Halesbe. If right now there's no Shiur, then there's no Shiur. It's not metame even with the Rabbana. Nothing. But if yesterday it was a half a kezayis and it blew up, then it's with the Rabbana geyser that it should be mitama. Now listen to this. This is geschmack. Keep pligi. Listen to this case. With there's 3 stages. It was a full kezayis, it shrunk to half a kezayis, and became a full kezayis. Like Rabbi said yesterday, a mashal, like you have a kli that's tameh, and you take a hammer and you break it, so it loses its tumah. Now you put it back together, you glue it back together. Well, l'chayra, the tumah does not come back, and that's the question. Did you push off the tumah that to the point that when it came back to the real size, it's too late. The tumah was pekeya and it went away, or no? In other words, is there dichui? Do you push off tumah? The Mar Sava yesh dichu b'isur, or Mar Sava ain't dichu b'isur. Shmuel holds once it's pushed off. So even though it got back to the original size, it's nothing. Umar Sava and Rav holds ain't dichu b'isur. No, there's no such thing. Here it is, beautiful lashon here that the guys in the kollel put together. Whoever wants to read it can read it. Siyum Shabbatonim ma'argim b'chochma v'chol irim mamish l'dugma v'atzlocha mafima v'yimar Yosef poil v'torech l'shem shemayim lohiz v'torah mashul l'mayim u'gmaris m'vu'oris b'tergumim v'yazev kol shaloi b'yad Yosef beis nisui b'noi amuv l'v'torah mitzvahs kivaldek. Beautiful. Okay, anyway. But where's the food we want to see? That's a different picture. Okay. Zog the Gemara. How could that be? Does anybody hold that it's pushed off? But now we have a Mefurshim Mishnah. Kebeitza Ochlan. You have something that's food, that's a tummy. Shenicham bechama. You put it in the sun, v'nismatu it shrunk. So now you have less than a kebeitza. V'chein kizayis min amez. You have the flesh of a dead person that's matama with an olive's worth, and now it's less than an olive. Kizayis min anavela, v'chadash min asheretz. Each item with its shear. The lentil size sheretz. V'kizayis pickle. V'kizayis noiser here. It says over here in Furish, pickle is a kizayis. V'kizayis chaylev. Tahirim, since it lost its volume. And now the third stage is that you got it back to the original shear because you put it into water. You introduced water to it, and it blew up. Tmeim. What do you mean Tmeim? I thought this Yesh Dichu, it's gone forever. No, the Tumah comes back. Says Gemara, this would be a contradiction to Shmuel who says Yesh Dichu. You see over here, no Dichu. So we continue with this thing. What? Oh, Tiyufta. I thought you were saying turning of the daf. Tiyufta, Adar Global, happy clients all year, not just this month. L'shadach.com. Please read the shidduch today. Toshma, Tormim Teinim, ala Groigois b'minyan. So we have here dates, and we have, you see this guy? He used to be this size. You have a nice majul, and this is what happened after you left it out for a little bit. Yeah? This is very shvach compared to this. This is a mitzvah. It's literally half the size. We actually had to get out of the car yesterday. Benny jumped into my collar and bought this. Did you buy one or you had to buy a whole box? I asked for both. Okay, this is for my house, the majul. Akol parim. Here's the problem. You have a box of these giant ones. You have 10 of these in the box. If we go by the count, one of these is good meiser, when you need to take 10% meiser, is good for 10 of these giant ones. Why? Obviously, we go by what? Likimois, what it used to be. That's it, that's the whole raya. Tarmim teinim ala groigois, biminyan. Oh, so it's the opposite. The opposite. You have a whole box of these. We're gonna have that case also. First case is you have a box of 10 of these bad guys, and it came out nice, bad guys, but I meant they're bad because they're with stomach. Tarmim teinim al groigis b'min. Says Rashi, we're talking about meiser. What's meiser? Oh, so to see this, I just want to show this again. It's a beautiful video that we just did. We had it's a whole. Those who follow the Shiur know we started out with a chart with boxes. People got used to that. Then we upgraded. Then we finally to this. Just pay attention. The beginning is truma, then goes meiser, then goes trumas meiser. And that's what we're talking about today. It's also about trumas meiser. Oh, he gave 2% to the kohen. Now he's taking 10%, what's left over, 9.8, 10%, and he's giving to the Levi. Now the Levi, who has 10 apples now, he's going to take one, which is 10%, and he is also going to give it to the kohen, and that's called Trumas Meiser. He's giving Truma from his Meiser. Givaldi. So, Tarmim te'inim ala groigers b'minyan. If you have 10 small guys, how much meiser do you take off? 10%. You should take one small guy for 10 small guys. What did he do? He took one giant guy. What does that teach us? That we go with what it used to be, because these small guys used to be large. Because otherwise we have a very big problem. You cannot give more meiser than necessary. Right now it's not fair. You're giving one of these for 10 of these. That's actually 20%, because these are double. This is double this. How can you give one of these for 10 of these? That's not 10%. It's not a fair 10%. Unless we go of what it used to be. These used to be just as large as this. So it's perfect. But if we're going with what it is today, it's halachically problematic to give more meiser. Why is it halachically problematic? Because part of it is meiser. Half of this guy is meiser. Half. But the other half is not meiser. And the other half is tevel, that you never took meiser on it. Part of this, nobody took meiser on this. You're using this to make meiser, but you never took meiser on it. Now the part that's meiser, you don't need to take meiser of it. But the part that's not meiser, and I don't even know where it is, it's somewhere in this date. 50% of it.
Another 10% of the part that is not.
You're going to start doing that. You already gave it to the. No, but okay. It's problematic. If you don't, and you just gave it to the, you gave it to the Kaya, you gave it to the Levi. You gave it to the Levi already. Okay, you could do it. You could also do it right. You could do it half. If I already thought about it, you could do it half. Anyway, Zog the Gemara. Let's just see this quickly because we have 5 minutes left. Less. If you go, oh, but these little guys used to be large, so it's perfect. I took one large one for 10 small ones, but they used to be 10 large ones. It's Givaldic. Misharina and Shapir works well. But if you're going with what it is today, right now, how can you take Meiser from one large one and 10 small ones? Or 9 small ones, whatever you want to call it. He gave too much meiser. It says the Mishnah, it works in terms of whatever's left in the box. But this actual date is bad. So what do we do? Elamai. So what do you want it to tell me? Okay, so we're going to go. So obviously we go with likimois. We take meiser on what he used to be, and these little guys were very large one day. So then it doesn't work in the opposite. Now, if I'm going to separate from the small on the large, the opposite, before it was large and the small, but I'm going to separate one small one on 10 large ones, you have to do it based on volume. Let's call it even weight. 10% of the weight. So I don't care how small and how large it is. If I have 10 ounces of dates, so I have to take 1 ounce of a small one. I don't care. You have to take 10% of the volume, not of the amount. Now, the question is why? Don't we go on what it used to be? Now, this used to be large. It used to be large, so why can't I just take one of these on 9 of the other ones? If it goes with what I have today, so today you can't take from a small one on a large one, so you have to go by weight, by volume. Shapir, it works. But you told me that you already established it goes with what it used to be. That's problematic. Now you're giving too much. These little ones are actually big ones, and now you gave too much meiser. You know what? We're not even talking about meiser. You said we're talking. Rashi explained we're talking about meiser, but it says toshma tormim teinim truma. So when it comes to truma g'dayla, there's no shiur. You can give as much as you want. You give as little as you want. Truma g'dayla askinon. V'reisha b'ayin yafa. V'seifa b'ayin yafa. We're just telling you how to do it in the proper way. If it's small, you should do it by weight. If you're taking the large one, do it by numbers. But that's how you give a lot. If you're talking about truma, it's a problem. You have, this is a maktsua. We had a maktsua as a kli, but let's say maktsua is like a certain vessel that you hold the figs. So he used to take 10 and put it in a basket. Now the question is, where do you get the number 10 from? 10. 10 is not a number of truma. If you're telling me truma is as much as you want. So we know 2%, 4 maybe. What's 10? Nobody gives 10% truma. So it doesn't work. That's why I showed you the whole video. We're talking about 10% of what the Levi gets. The Levi gets 10%. Then the Levi removes 10% of what he got. He gives 1 apple out of the 10 back to the Kohen. Now, on that, you can give as much as you want. That's not like regular Meiser where you have to be careful in the amount. Over here, you can give more. Because he goes according to Elazar ben Goimel. The sign of Elazar ben Goimel, the Torah is talking about 2 different trumas. There's a truma that you give to the Kohen, the 1%, the 2%, and then there's a trumas meiser that the Levi gives to the Kohen, which is 10%. That's all in that one puzzle. And now I can make a hekesh. A person walks up, there's no shear, so I can just grab as much as I want without a ba'omed, without measuring. In my head. And it tells ba'omed. Now, so too, trumas meiser. the 10% that the Levi gives to the Kohen. And now, this is what we're looking for. Just like Truma Gedolah, you can give as much as you want. You should be large and give him nicely. So too, the Levi is allowed to, permitted to give Meiser from his Meiser, Trumas Meiser, with a large eye. Rabbi say time out. Motzei Shabbos for English, 8:45, changing by 15 minutes, 8:45, and for Hebrew, 9:45 or 14 minutes to 10. Rabbi say, have a wonderful day, a good Shabbos.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shiur today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.